Hey, good morning guys. It's Matt, and before I start the video on ARKX, I need to just put something out there. This is me yesterday watching GameStop. Oh, oh, oh. A little dramatic, I know, but oh my god. Although I am so incredibly happy for GME gain, and yes, I did exit GME on Friday with a profit at $18.50 from when I initially bought it. But wow, did I leave a lot of money on the table had I just waited 3 more days. My thesis was so solid until Ryan Cohen decided to just do his thing. And for everybody that stuck through it and held on, I am extraordinarily happy for you guys. Now, just keep in mind over the next 2 to 3 days, it is going to be very, very, very volatile. So just don't expect that this short squeeze is a 1-day event. This is most likely going to get a little violent over the next day or two as shorts keep trying to apply pressure and as more and more volume piles in to buy. So just keep that in mind, and that was just my quick recap. So don't feel too bad for me. I'm fine, but man, it would have been nice if I had just held on. So learned my lesson. So for this video, I want to get into something that is already popping up all over the place. I actually didn't even find this on YouTube. I was actually searching through Reddit and I saw somebody post about it. And I'll leave the link in the description along with the links to these tabs in the description as always. And of course, if you want to skip through the video, then you can always click through the timeline down here and click on different chapters just to see what you're interested in. I'm going to keep this one really, really short. I've been insanely busy at work, which is why I haven't been able to post anything in the last 3 days. And of course, whenever I have free time and I'm insanely busy, I like to spend it with the family. And then when I get free time past that, I like to make videos. So trying to squeeze this one in here. ARKX. ARKX is a new ETF that was announced yesterday. And when I say announced, what I mean is the SEC filing was filed by the ARK ETF Trust. And here we actually have the SEC filing. So gonna switch screens real quick. So as you can see, January 13th, 2021, we have the filing, ARK ETF Trust. As I scroll down, you'll see there's an area here where I highlighted some key takeaway verbiage, if you will. So the investment strategy of this ETF, if you're familiar with Cathie Wood and you're familiar with her other ETFs such as ARKG, which is on genomics, or ARKK, which is her innovation fund, her funds do exceptionally well. And after doing my genomics deep dive video, if you didn't catch that, you can click up here. After doing that video, I learned that, if you want to go and try and pick your own stock, your own one-off hitter that you think is going to outperform Cathie Wood's ETF, yeah, you might have a slim chance of being successful at that. But after doing my deep dive on genomics, I found that her team does really, really good due diligence. I mean, this is all they are doing, and this is their job. They're looking for companies positioned in the best way possible to explode in the coming years, because they are challenging the status quo and they're bringing all kinds of new ideas to the forefront and basically disrupting markets. So with this space exploration ETF, I just want to go into what the SEC filing says that they're going to focus on, and then also I want to take a look at the website that the ARK, the section of the ARK website that just posted on what exactly they're going to be looking at to pick the companies that will be part of this fund. So going back to this SEC filing, it says that the principal investment strategy is to invest in domestic and foreign equity securities of companies that are engaged in the fund's investment theme of space exploration and innovation. The advisor defines space exploration as leading, enabling, or benefiting from technologically enabled products and or services that occur beyond the surface of the Earth. The advisor believes that space exploration companies can be grouped into 4 overarching categories, each of which contains relevant sub-elements. Orbital aerospace companies are companies that launch, make, service, or operate platforms in the orbital space, including satellites and launch vehicles. Suborbital aerospace companies are companies that launch, make, service, or operate platforms in the suborbital space, including drones, air taxis, and electric aviation vehicles. Enabling technologies companies are companies that create the technologies required for successful value-add aerospace operations, including artificial intelligence, robotics, 3D printing, materials, and energy storage. Aerospace beneficiary companies are companies that stand to benefit from aerospace activities, including agriculture, internet access, global positioning system, construction and imaging. Space exploration is possible due to the convergence of a number of themes, and a space exploration company may not currently derive any revenue, and there is no assurance that such company will derive any revenue from innovative technologies in the future. So as you can see, her space exploration fund is going to cover 4 overarching categories that vary quite widely in how they interact with the theme of space. So it's not just companies that are creating reusable rockets. I saw Virgin Galactic just explode last night. I saw, there was a SPAC, Momentous, the Momentous SPAC, or Momentous is merging with a SPAC that absolutely exploded last night as well. And there was a couple others, but there are quite a few different ways to play this if you're trying to make a quick buck, or you can just invest long-term and just invest in the fund when it's created. Now, I'm sure this one will rally quite a lot when it's open on the market for trading, and that's just because of the notoriety that Cathie Wood has now. She's more or less a superstar in the ETF space, and anything that her and her team picks, really everybody trusts her opinion. And like I said, after doing my genomics deep dive, I really trust what that team is picking, because I've learned more about how they pick, why they pick the picks that they do, and it's got my support. So this is something that I will probably most definitely invest in. But if you are looking to make a short-term play and possibly invest in some stocks in the space exploration area following this criteria before it goes into the ETF, it's a risk because you don't necessarily know if you're going to pick correctly, but we do have a set of criteria here. Now, am I going to tell you what I think those companies are? Probably not, at least not in this video, because I am doing research into that. But the thing is, I just haven't had enough time at the moment to really hunker down and try and do some solid due diligence. And the other thing too is, it isn't like these announcements happen and this ETF goes live the next day. When ARKK and ARKG were announced, and they had this similar announcement, that was back on September 5th, 2014, and they didn't start trading until October 31st, 2014. And the day they started trading is actually when the holdings were announced. So there was about 7 weeks before anybody knew what the ETF was going to hold. So you can speculate all you want on the companies that are going to go in, but there is going to be time. And just like I saw some stuff spike last night just for the anticipation that it'll be in the ETF, these people are going to have to hold for at least 2 months. So I'd be surprised if those stocks that really popped, if they don't trail back a little bit, or who knows, maybe they'll do the complete opposite. Maybe they'll run their way up all the way into 2 months from now, or whenever this ETF goes live. For all I know, the ETF could go live tomorrow, but it's unlikely. Now, it's not to say that the 7 weeks is a definite time frame for when it'll go live and when the holdings will be announced, but I'm just going off historical evidence on the other ETFs just to give me kind of a basis that it will take a little bit of time, whether it's 5 weeks, 2 weeks, 10 weeks, who knows? But it's not going to be a tomorrow type time frame. So jumping over to the ARK Invest website that details the space exploration strategy, basically their investment focus and what they're going to be including in their ETF. You have reusable rockets, orbital aerospace, suborbital aerospace, aerial drones, 3D printing, and enabling technology. Now, this doesn't go into as much detail as that paragraph I just read on the SEC filing, but if you want to check this out, the link will be in the description. And as always, I have a Discord link down in the description, always free, never going to charge for it, just a place for all of us to go talk and just take a look at what we're investing in and have some conversations about the stock market. But right now I'm talking in there about things that I'm thinking may or may not be in this ETF and trying to do some research and just poking my head in every once in a while so I can talk to everybody. So feel free to join if you'd like. But that's it for this video. Gonna keep it short. Gonna go lick my wounds from selling GameStop on Friday. But hey guys, if you're holding, I applaud you. My lesson has been learned. Just diamond handed every time. Stop trying to time the market. Bad Matt, trying to time the market. But till next time, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, if you appreciate the content, then please consider subscribing. And as always, see you on the next one.